Hello, this is Abdel and you're watching Khuaab Library Project. So we'll be continuing the chapter number 2, or which is the chapter called the cow, the Baqarah. So as for those who disbelieve, it makes no difference whether you warn them or not; they will not believe. God has sealed their hearts, and their ears and their eyes are covered. They will have great torment. So this is the part which we covered in the previous video. It talks about the azab, or the torment which would be present on the day of judgment. Excuse me. Some people say we believe in God in the last day when really they do not believe. They seek to deceive God and the believers, but they only deceive themselves, though they do not realize it. There is a disease in their hearts to which God has added more. Agonizing torment awaits them for their persistent lying. When it is said to them, "Do not cause corruption in the land," they say, "We are only putting things right." And this is quite common in our world too, that whenever you tell people that they are doing wrong, they are actually saying that we are only putting things right, but really they are causing corruption, though they do not realize it. When it is said to them, "Believe as the others believe," they say, "Should we believe as the fools do?" But they are the fools, though they do not know it. So this is here where God is talking to the people who actually think they're those who believe are fools, because of course they are like because those who do not have the belief in them, they think that those who do have belief in the unseen are actually insane or fools. When they meet the believers, they say, "We believe," but when they are alone with their evil ones, they say, "We are really with you. We were only mocking." God is mocking them and allowing them more slack to wander blindly in their insolence. They have brought error in exchange for guidance, so their trade reaps no profit, and they are not rightly guided. They are like people who labor to kindle a fire when it lights up everything around them. God takes away their light, leaving them in utter darkness, unable to see, deaf, dumb, and blind, and they will never return. Or like people who are under a cloudburst from the sky with its darkness, thunder, and lightning, put their fingers into their ears to keep out the thunder claps for fear of death. God surrounds the disbelievers. The lightning almost snatches away their sight whenever it flashes on. Whenever it flashes on them, they walk on, and when darkness falls around they stand still. If God so willed, he could take away their hearing and sight. God has power over everything. So this was a very strong start of the actual, you can say, the chapter. So here God is talking about many things. So if we go back, this is where we started. As for those who disbelieve, it makes no difference whether you warn them or not; they will not believe. So God is very much talking about people who are not good people, right? So he is talking about whether it makes no difference, because there are some people who are not going to believe whether you tell them or not. They are not going to believe because they are not meant to. And so God has sealed their hearts, because it makes no difference whether you tell them or not. So God in return has sealed their hearts and their ears, so their hearts cannot believe and their ears cannot hear the things which are necessary to be believed, and their eyes are covered, so they are blind. So they are blinded, their hearts are blackened out, and their ears are covered too. They will have great torment, and for this ignorance, and for this disobedience, and for this not accepting the power of God, or not accepting the true belief, they will be having some great torment. Some people say we believe in God in the last day, when really they do not believe, and that's very common when people are hypocrites. Where they do say that we believe in God and the last day, when they really do not believe. So God knows about this, right? So you cannot cheat God on this matter, that we believe but you actually are not believing. They seek to deceive God. And that's just an absurd amount of thing, that you can try to deceive the one who is running the whole world. You cannot. The believers, they only deceive themselves. They do not, and the believers, but they only deceive themselves. So they deceive God and believers, because there are many things that people can get if they are able to deceive people that they are actually believers and not disbelievers. Though they do not realize it, there is a disease in their hearts to which God has added more. Agonizing torment awaits them for their persistent lying. So this is considered lying, because if you are saying that you do believe but you do not actually believe, this is actually lying. But it said to them, do not cause corruption in the land. They say, we are only putting things right, but really they are causing corruption, though they did not realize it. When it is said to them, believe as the others believe, they say, should we believe as the fools do? So that's like incredibly true, because many people do think that those who believe and those who have faith are fools, but they are fools that did not know it. When they meet their believers, they say, we believe, but when they are alone with their evil ones, they say, we are really with you. We were only mocking. So this is the interesting feature of those who actually are hypocrites, that they say that they believe, and then when they go to their own tribes and they are going to say, okay, we do not believe, we were just mocking them. So God is mocking them, allowing them more slack to wander blindly in their insolence. They think they are fooling, but they are themselves being fooled, right? They have brought error in exchange for guidance, so their trade reaps no profit and they are not rightly guided. They are people who labor to kindle a fire which lights up everything around them. So these are the type of people. So this is where God is giving an example. He's like, they are like people who labor to kindle a fire when it lights up everything around them. God takes away all their light, leaving them in utter darkness. So they are trying to match a light, but they actually are left in just darkness alone, unable to see, deaf, dumb, and blind. They will never return, or like people who under a cloudburst of the sky. So those who are trying to match a light, but they are blinded themselves, would they actually know that the light has been kindled or not? They won't, but they would think that they know. So this is a very interesting example that God gives. So another example he puts out is that if a person is under a cloudburst from the sky with its darkness, thunder, and lightning, put their fingers into their ears to keep out the thunderclaps for fear of death. God surrounded disbelievers, lightning almost snatches away their sight. So if you are in the cloudburst, or if you are under lightning, you won't actually know anything which is happening around you, whether there is light or whether there is not, because you are blinded by that immense amount of, you can say, sound and the flash or the lightning, which has a huge impact on your eyes even. So they walked on, and when darkness falls around them, they stand still. If God so will, he could take away their hearing and sight. God has power over everything. So I hope you're liking these videos by now, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.